Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another Untap and Unwind Commander Night. We have a rather crabby pod tonight. A bit of affliction, if you will. Some returned might be on the way. And there's a Parun or two. I ran out of puns in the last one and I couldn't really get any more. So we're rolling with that. We're going to go. We got an exciting night tonight. I'm excited to see what's coming up. So Samurai Jack, why don't you start us through what are we going to be seeing from you tonight in your deck and what does it do?
Alright, well, I am running Pharika, God of Affliction. So it's a Golgari Enchantments brew. I feel like she's not one of the stronger gods, so I wanted to find a way to actually make use of those snake tokens. So it's built around a lot of enchantment creatures and a lot of constellation effects to give me that value for every time I get an enchantment into play.
Nice. Love it. Love it. Hey, Steph, you're looking a little shellfish over there.
I'm feeling a little crabby, but yeah, we have this wonderful Leviathan crab, Charix the Raging Isle. For those of you who watch regularly, this is the exact deck minus I think 2 cards. I think we had to switch up from the deck that Sean, you and Adam built a couple of weeks ago. So he's a 0/17 for 4 mana. If you guys cast a spell on him, you have to pay an extra 2 for it. And I can give him plus X minus X until end of turn for 3 mana, where X is the number of islands I control. We got some swords that we can attach to him, so we get some fighting crab action. And we also have a bit of a sub-theme of crabs and crab people, aka homerids and gamerids, to kind of spice up the deck a little bit. And yeah, there's that lovely Islands Matters kind of theme going on, and we're gonna see what happens.
Crabs go stabby stabby. You know, when something gets stabbed, it dies, but you know, things tend to come back. Bob, what are you rocking that's coming back to us?
I'm coming in with Daxos the Returned, the Orzhov enchantments. I believe real enchantments, none of this constellation crap.
I feel like shots just got fired.
All it is just getting experience for Daxos, creating his friends, seeing what happens.
I'll point out 2 key things that I love that you just said. A, experience, because that's lessons learned. And you said believe, our channel motto. I'm sorry, I'm a suck for that word. Well, this is going to be awesome, guys. I'm going to be rocking with Mizzet Parun, a little red-blue Izzet action. We're going to see if we get into a curiosity state, but probably not. I'm going to be going for some of the funner ways to go with the deck, which is Mizzet's Mastery, where I just recast all my instants and sorceries. So I'm going to see if I pull that off, but you know, probably not. We'll find out. Well, let's roll the die, check our mulligans, and see how we do.
Alrighty.
I got a 10.
7.
9, unfortunately.
3.
All right.
I'll take 7.
Are we actually going in the order that we rolled?
Yeah, looks that way. So 10's going to start her off. Beauty. I'm going to take a mull. Because my hand's
I will
bad.
as well.
I did mine off camera.
You're good then.
I also took my mulligans.
I feel like you two are just so prepped. And Jack and I are just like, nah, guys, we're going to mulligan.
I'm excited, okay? I'm so excited that I drank all my beer. So one second.
That's fair.
I'm going to make sure you have some hard content for this video.
Very fair.
I'm so excited that no one but me is running white right now.
Yeah, you are the only white player.
No. I have the Sphere of Truth in my hand.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
It doesn't do anything.
That's fair. But still, oh, no. All right, let's redraw the 7 here. Yikes.
I've returned with hydration.
Welcome back. I gotta go for a second mull. I'm just not seeing blue mana.
Oh, do I have both my colors? Yeah, I do.
That's a good thing to check for. If anyone is new here for the first time, what we do for our mulligan is a house rule. So basically you can mulligan for free as much as you want, but what we ask is you don't look for your combo, look for a playable hand. Something to get the game going, turns 1, 2, or 3. But just have something playable. We look for a good game and a fun game, an interactive game. Not Flash Protein Hulk when Flash was still legal game.
To that end, I had to throw back two land hands because, well, they both only had one island each in them and did not have playable cards in them.
That's a good example.
Yep.
I threw back one of my one land hands, but it could have played the land tax. I could have kept it, but
Yeah, one of my hands was like, it was Island, Myriad, whatever that land is called that fetches 2 basics.
Yep.
And a 2-mana crab and like a bunch of 3-mana stuff. And I'm like, if I don't draw another land, I'm not casting anything for the rest of the game. This is bad.
That is bad.
Yeah, I just had to mull through 2 1-landers also, but we got 3 on this one, so I think we're good to go.
I'm good as
All
well.
right.
So, I'll get us kicking off to the races here. Evolving Wilds. I'll pass it over.
big plays.
Draw.
Oh, big time.
Let's get tap land, Baron Mold. And
Barrenmore.
Oh,
That's
no.
a cycle land. Alrighty. I'll draw for turn, play an island, and pass the turn.
Oh, I'm not going to fit in with you guys. Authority of the councils? Or consuls?
Uh-oh.
Creatures your opponents enter battlefield tapped. Whenever a creature enters the battlefield under opponent's control, I gain a life.
Hey, I know that card.
That seems problematic.
And I will pass.
I'm going to crack Evolving Wilds just at the end of your turn there, my friend.
Yep.
Make it real simple. If I ever find what's simple. That's not simple. That's... Okay, there it is. I never thought finding mountains would be so hard in this deck.
Sean, can I just say I love you guys for putting Coral Atoll in this deck?
You're welcome. We really tried for fun stuff.
I actually had a pair of them sitting in a box, so I'm just like, yes!
It has a use. I'm not gonna
There's
lie.
so many cards where I just like never think to look for, and then like you make me go like dumpster diving basically, and I'm like looking through these old piles of cards from like ancient sets. I'm just like, oh my god, I forgot I had these.
They exist.
Like I have Homerid spawning beds. Like I actually owned that already.
That's actually amazing. Okay. So I'm gonna play an island, and you know what? We're just gonna crack out a Swift Foot Boots, and I'll pass it.
Booties.
Yeah.
Booties.
Booty,
All
booty.
right. Untap and draw. This is going to be an easy one. Force and pass.
Whoop. All right, draft turn. Let us play an island. Then we're going to cast a Dreamscape Artist. This is another card I really appreciate and kind of looked over before. I'll pass the turn.
Well, I have nothing to do, so I'll just play my tapped land. Memorial to Glory.
All right. I will go to untap and draw for turn. Play down
Yes.
a
That artist is exactly what I thought it was.
play down a mountain. I will pass it from there too.
All right. Let's untap. And, don't have anything to untap. Draw for turn. Ooh. Didn't want to see that, but that's all right. Play a swamp. I'll tap 3 for a Yavimai Enchantress.
Ooh.
Tapped.
Yeah. And then I will pass from there.
Your Enchantress is tapped, good sir.
Oh, thank you for reminding me.
All right, let's untap. Draw. Interesting. Let's play an island, and then we're going to... Yeah, let's just do this now. Activate this Dreamscape Artist. We're going to discard a Salvage Settler. And I sacrifice an island and grab 2 more islands and put them onto the battlefield untapped.
Right.
The magic of the Harrow creature.
I forgot
Right?
that was the thing.
Blue Harrow creature. Love it. And then I'll pass the turn.
I forgot that was the thing.
It's great.
I should have studied that list more before this game.
I'm sitting here fawning over these cards, and you just like, I put what in it?
I swear, Jaffa Daxos.
Daxos. Well, Bob, I'm sorry to be a party pooper, bro. In response, I'm gonna cast Serum Visions.
Oh, okay.
I'm not gonna be that guy. Don't worry.
I'm gonna question how though.
Yeah, I believe Serum Vision.
Oh, my bad. Yeah. I'm paying attention.
I mean, you control, but do it legally.
Untap and draw for turn. I'm gonna play Highland.
And cast?
I'm gonna cast Sensei's Divine Top. I'm gonna look at the top 3. Kind of need that more. We'll do it that way. And then, yeah, I will Serum Visions. So I'll draw, I'll scry, and they're both going to go to the bottom. My bad.
You didn't take long to make that decision. That was
Casca.
weird.
Alright.
I wonder why.
Wonder what? Yeah.
Untap and draw for turn. I'm going to warn you, get ready to see more tap lands than you've ever seen before.
Oh, no.
This deck has way more tap lands than it should probably, but we'll go with a scry land, at least get some value off of something.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll leave that on top. And then I will tap 3 to play a Grim Guardian. Enters tapped. Constellation, each opponent loses 1 life.
Ooh.
I will
Now-
break even.
That'll bring my Yavimaya Enchantress up to a 3/3. And I think that's bigger than Daxos, yeah?
Oh, yep. Yeah, it would be.
Let's slow down this life gain guy a little bit, so I'll swing for 3.
Oh,
over
you
Ross.
know I'm taking it.
I know you are. And then I will pass my turn.
Sorry, what was the second card, or the last card you played there?
Grim Guardian.
Grim Guardian. Okay.
Yeah, Grim Guardian. Whenever an enchantment enters the battlefield, each opponent loses 1 life.
Whenever
Gotcha.
and or under your control. Which one?
Under my control. It's Constellation.
Okay.
Under my control.
Okay.
Yeah, don't worry. I wish the Constellation triggered off of you. That would make my deck
That'd be
bonkers
so
right now.
good.
All right. Okay. What do we want to do right now? Let's. I think we're just gonna cast some stuff, right? Yeah. Casting stuff seems good.
Yeah.
That's usually pretty good play in Magic.
All right. Let's cast a High Tide.
Okay.
So until end of turn, all my islands produce an additional green. Blue, because I'm playing a blue deck.
Okay, you can have them produce a green if you want to. Huh?
Extra
Yeah,
green,
yeah,
right? Yeah, right. That'd
absolutely.
be great. Then I'm going to bounce the island back to my hand to play Coral Atoll. So I have 6 mana here, right? Let's go tap all of it. We're going-
Sean's tapped out and go blue, so can't take advantage of the high tide.
Yeah. Let's throw away that island I just bounced, and sacrifice another island. Grab 2 more islands.
All right.
More islands.
This is a lot of ramp.
It's mono blue ramp.
Be scared.
I'm confused.
So I have 3 mana. I have 3 blue mana floating. And I can now tap for another 4. We're going to use the 3 mana for a... what do I want to do here? 3 mana for a Herald's Horn, and we're going to name Crab. And then with the other 4 here, we're going to cast a Charix with 1 floating. Because, they cost 1 less now because of Herald's Horn. I don't know why. I don't know what to do with this mana. I think I will just let it go away. Pass the turn.
I believe Charix is tapped, though, correct?
It does come into play tapped. You are correct.
And I'm back up to 40. Oh, yeah.
Oh no, my giant black.
I tried, guys. I tried.
We believe in you.
I got him down to 39.
I'm gonna need you to bring that 100% gameplay, Jack, up to like 110. I just a little more.
You want? Let me go grab a beer and see if I can make that happen.
Thank you. There we go. That's the spirit.
Tap. I'm going to cast Proper Burial.
I'm gonna Sensei's top in response to look at the top 3.
This big D20. Oh, I went out of focus again. Oh, I'll be right back.
All right, no beer, but I do got a nice single malt scotch.
That's pretty good.
I'll just enjoy my beer over in my corner here.
I'm all out of beer.
I'm on my last one.
Cheers.
It's a Shindig craft beer.
Ooh.
All right, this big D20 here, spin down, will be my experience counter because I don't have a token.
That sounds
Hey.
good.
I will be done after that.
All right. Oh boy, I wonder what I'm gonna draw. Oh boy, it's what I've always wanted. Play an island. 1, 2, 3. I'm gonna play a Royal Scions, and then I'm gonna bump them up to 6. And I'm gonna draw a card and discard a card. And I'm gonna discard and indonate. And I will pass it over.
All right, let's untap and draw for turn. Okay. Play another tap land. Jungle Hollow, gain 1 life off that though.
I don't like this. You're at 41.
I know. I'm winning. This
You
is
know
how you
what?
win the game, right?
Just for that, I'm gonna
Uh-oh.
Sensei's Divine Top.
Okay. see that Steph would approve. That's trolling within the rules, legal.
That I can accept.
Legal trolling. All right. You know what I think we got to do? I'm gonna tap for 4.
Right,
It was that stupid gain 1 life trigger that gave you the priority to top.
And I'm gonna drop a
That's
Death
right,
Reap Ritual.
Ah,
That's gonna trigger my Constellation, so lose 1 life.
yeah.
And then at the beginning of each end step, if a creature died this turn, I get to draw a card. And then I now have a 4/4 Yavimaya Enchantress.
That's pretty big.
It's the biggest creature on board, power-wise, not toughness. Let's well, you know, I feel like I'm never gonna get a chance to do any more damage to Steph once she untaps with that Charix. So we'll send 4 over Steph's way.
All right.
You scared
I'll
of
go
a
to 34.
0-17 or something?
Right. It's just a big butt.
You know, I'm getting a feeling with that Dreamscape artist that it's not gonna have 0 power for too much longer. So,
You
I'll
never
turn
know.
after that one.
All right. Let's untap my 4 islands and my Correlatal. On my upkeep, I'm going to look with my Herald's Horn. It's not a crab, so I'll draw it. It's okay, though. It's fine, because I'm going to play Halimar Depths.
Okay.
And maybe I get to top now.
Maybe.
Oh,
Did
that's
we put a
interesting.
top in that deck?
I don't think so.
I don't think so
This
either.
this is a one-time top.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we're gonna do this. And then I'm going to tap 3 and cast Homerid. This is literally called Homerid. Summon Homerid.
Yeah.
I'm going to use my blue dice for my tide counters. So, this enters the battlefield with 1 tide counter. At the beginning of my upkeep, I put a tide counter on it. If there's 1 tide counter on it, it gets -1/-1. If there are 3 tide counters on it, it gets +1/+1. If there are 4 tide counters on it or more, I remove them all. So basically, it's going to cycle between being a 1/1, a 2/2, and a 3/3.
That is interesting.
It is a creature, though, so it is tapped.
You are correct. And then I am going to leave that mana up for Charix, I think. Because I could swing for all of 4 damage, which I guess I could poke the Royal Scions? Yeah, actually, that's not a bad idea. Let's go to combat and swing with Charix at the Royal Scions and give it +4/-4.
Okay. They go to 2.
And then I'll pass the turn.
It's almost like you don't like the ultimate or something.
I'm not a huge fan, no.
It's only draw 4.
I knew there's something I forgot to open.
What did you forget to open?
Open all. I have 4 tabs I have to open because they're Russian cards that I haven't memorized the exact wording for because it's been a while.
Of course.
Well, if you know the card name, you could always just search it up in Spell Table.
That's why I needed the thing.
Oh.
That makes sense.
And, I do have a Sanctum, however.
Oh, that's a...
Right then.
That's mana.
It's 2.
Hey, I had to bounce a land, and my land came into play tap just to produce 2 mana, so, you know.
You did have a 9-mana turn in mono blue, though. On like turn 4.
Tainted Remedy.
Can I plead the 5th, even though I'm in Canada?
If an opponent would gain life, that player loses that much life instead.
Ah.
Or if an opponent. Yeah.
Right then.
Thank God I'm not a white deck.
Yeah.
Wait, does this deck gain life? I don't know.
Uh-oh.
I don't remember.
Which swords do we put in here?
Feast and Famine, I think.
I know there's 3. I know Sinew and Steel is one of them. I don't remember what the third one is. If it's Light and Shadow, then maybe I can gain life.
I think it's Body and Mind, actually, for milling.
No, I know that got cut.
Oh, did it?
You had it in originally and you cut it. Yeah.
Oh, I don't remember then.
I don't remember what the other one is. I think it's Fire and Ice, though.
Might be.
I'm going to hilariously cast a Sphere of Truth, even though it does absolutely nothing in this game.
Sphere of Truth.
Whenever a white source would deal damage to me, prevent 2 of that damage.
Oh, man, you really got us, Bob.
All right, my camera just died. I'm going to pop out and pop back in, hopefully reset it.
Yeah, no worries.
And I will pass turn after that.
All right.
And this is why we do voice chat over Discord.
It is.
Yep.
We're smart. Draw for turn.
Smart.
Oh, boy. Totally didn't know I was going to draw that. Oh, boy. Temple of the False Gods. All right. We're going to do shenanigans.
That's probably a good thing.
Eye of the Storm.
Oh, God.
Shenanigans.
I feel like this doesn't affect me a whole lot.
I would accept this I would expect this nonsense from Bob, but not from you.
I'm playing Izzet. What do you expect?
I don't know.
I'm going to loot with my Royal Scions. Huh. I guess I can get rid of that card. I'll discard a Dig Through Time.
Don't want to give everybody a dig through time every turn?
No, not in particular. He's a little off. I'll pass it to Jack whenever he's back. Oh, that did not pass when I went.
I just tried to rejoin the lobby, and it's saying that the lobby is full.
Oh, that's
Can you
weird.
boot, like, if like my ghost is still in there?
No, you're showing as a blank, so you should be able to get back in.
Yeah, it should let you. Did you leave it completely or just try to refresh?
No, I left it completely.
I have a stupid
My
question.
camera's-
Did you click on the
my
correct
camera's
spell table?
You know what? Don't say anything, but that might have been a really good idea there.
That'll do it. That'll do it.
That might have been the whole deal there.
Don't worry, Jack.
Yeah.
I won't
Not
edit
bad.
that out of the video. That'll stay in the video just for you.
Oh, perfect. You know, I want to let you know how much I appreciate that.
Anytime, buddy.
Nice.
Anytime. I got you.
All right, here we go. All right, let's untap this bad boys. Draw for turn. Oh, I like that. All right, so let's play a. Well, let's wait. Let's tap. 1, 2, 3, 4. and I will play an Eidolon of Blossoms, which enters tapped. And as Constellation, draw a card. So I'll draw a card off that. And there'll be a trigger on Grim Guardian for everyone to lose 1 life.
Ruh-roh.
So I'll just stay at the same.
Yeah, at the very least, my enchantment creatures, I can offset that. And then let's drop a Landwar Wastes as my land for turn.
Love it.
That's not a tap land.
It's
Yeah.
not. They're not all tap lands. I'm not a
I
monster.
feel like I've been fooled now.
Hey, Jack,
well,
Again.
I got a question for you.
Sure.
Have you ever heard of a podcast called Draw for Turn? Did you know we had an exciting topic about lands in 2 episodes? One previously discussing the benefits of actually running basics over tap lands, and more effectively, what effective tap lands you can better run too.
That sounds like the sort of episode that this deck could benefit from watching.
I might send you the links after if you wish. It's no, not sorry. I didn't mean to sound it as like a slight, but for your Golgari deck.
Trust me. I am well aware of these subpar. This is one of those decks where I just looted the box for whatever lands I had on hand.
That'll do it. But
it is, yeah. Trust me, it's not. The tap lands. Most of the tap lands, like the Scry land, I'm okay with the Scry land.
oh, the Scry lands are fine.
And the cycle land is actually there, theoretically, for some gas later on if I need it. But yeah, the Jungle Hollow, gain 1 life. It hurts every time I toss that card from the battlefield.
It hurts,
All right.
man. Yeah.
I think I'm gonna move to combat here.
Uh-oh.
And who am I gonna swing at?
You already hurt me once.
I did already hurt you once. You're down at 33. Rosca's just sitting there.
Yeah, that Roska guy's just sitting there. Yeah.
Bob's doing Bob things, though. I feel like this is a chance to get rid of the Scions.
I mean, I wouldn't blame you.
Yeah, I think we will come in for 5 at the Scions.
You got it.
And I'll pass the turn after that.
Alrighty. Let's untap. Upkeep, I'm going to reveal a king crab and put it in my hand.
Uh-oh.
Da-da-da. And then I'm going to put a tide counter on the Homerid, so it's now a 2/2 once again.
Ooh.
And then I will draw for turn. Look at that. It's all coming together. Let's play a Rogue's Passage.
Uh-oh.
I don't like this.
And and then we're going to cast a Mystic Remora.
Oh, dear.
Ooh.
I'm going to be asking people to pay their taxes.
Stupid draw card, right?
It's if an opponent casts a non-creature spell, I may draw a card unless they pay 4.
Does anyone ever pay that tax?
I don't
No,
think so.
not really.
I was gonna say.
But I have it does have a cumulative upkeep, so I can't keep it in play indefinitely. Unfortunately.
I don't know. You do have a stupid Harrow out.
I mean, you're not wrong. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. But for now, I really want to cast this King Crab.
Yeah, that seems good.
Because, he's a 4/5, and I can pay 2 and tap him to top deck target green creature.
That only affects one of us. Yay!
You're slightly targeted.
All right, Bob, what do you got over there? Just your commander?
I have Daxos and I'm tapped out, so I have no defenders.
Okay. I am going to attack you with the Homerid. It is a 2/2.
Yeah, I'm gonna get hit.
Okay.
Your King Crab also tapped.
My King Crab comes into play. I keep forgetting that. I'm sorry.
Because I also had to remind you there, I gained a life, so I'm gonna go down by 1.
Yep, that's fine. And I will pass the turn. So basically what happens now is whenever somebody casts a non-creature spell, I'm going to draw a card, and then it's going to get exiled under the Eye of the Storm, and then people are going to start casting... Oh, God.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
you cast copies, too, and I draw more cards.
Wait, why is it
Yeah.
going under the Eye of the Storm?
Because whenever you play an instant or sorcery, so a non... Oh, right. I guess there are non-creature spells that are permanents.
Yeah.
That
Like maybe
won't get
the
exiled.
two enchantment decks on the field. That might-
Yeah. Yeah,
I
okay.
might sneak under the radar also.
Not all of them are gonna get exiled.
Yeah,
But there is some nonsense going on here.
there will be, which is going to be great. That's why I played it.
I just, I sequenced that Remora at the right time. Let's
You
just put
did.
it that way. It's always nice when you get to cast the copies.
Gonna float 4 white.
Oh dear.
Cloudstone Curio.
Oh dear.
Can I draw a card?
Yes.
Yay!
Hey, Steph, can I ask you a quick rules question?
Absolutely.
So on Eye of the Storm, it says that so when you play the spell, you copy each instant or sorcery, and for each copy, you may play the copy. Does that count as a cast for triggering Mystic Remora?
It does.
Oh,
Yes.
Yes.
It-
Just,
it-
yeah. So
nice. Sometimes I get a little bit confused between the play and the cast.
Yeah, so play is just the old phrasing for cast. It used to apply to so before play was just it meant play a land or cast a spell. Nowadays, play actually still means that same thing, but cast specifically refers to casting spells. not
Exactly. Yeah. You play lands, you don't cast.
Correct.
Yeah,
Okay.
and before cast became a phrase in Magic, play was just the universal phrase for.
Okay, yeah. All right, that's what I thought. Was there's clearly a distinction between older cards and newer cards and how they use that term.
Yeah, Eye of the Storm is just one of those weird niche cases where you actually do cast the copy.
Okay.
Most copies are not cast.
Yeah,
Especially
most
when
copies
you're-
just go on the stack.
Yeah, because it's because the original was already on the stack, so you just copy it where
Gotcha.
it already is.
That makes sense. Thank you.
No, I want to make things fun.
Yay, fun.
There's one floating.
Cloudstone Curio, and what's coming out?
Bouncy, bouncy, bouncy.
I'm gonna make a friend.
Uh-oh.
Remember, he's an enchantment. I'm gonna return the authority with the Curio.
You can't just make friends, Bob.
I thought crabs made friends.
I will
I don't know.
cast the authority back out.
Get that experience counter.
Uh-huh.
I will pick up the Sphere of Truth. And I will see what shenanigans he's going to do with that there Eye of the Storm now.
Yeah,
Being the only red player, he could cast shenanigans.
I have shenanigans.
I could have gotten rid of it, but I wanted to see what he was going to do.
You don't want to get rid of it. It's fun.
Bob, you are chaos incarnate.
I am not.
To
I mean, you can't
Theory's
prove it.
puzzle box?
Oh, son of a.
Oh, hell yes.
Okay.
Yay!
Of course,
Oh.
Bob is the guy who said hell yes as soon as Puzzle
Wait.
Box comes out.
Oh, hang on, guys. Sorry. Let's back it up a second. Bob, how many enchantments did you cast?
3?
I cast 2 non-creature spells.
After the Curio, you cast 2 more? Or one
I cast one more.
One
Because I put an enchantment into play because it's a spirit token.
Yeah.
Which triggered the Curio.
Right. Okay. So you cast the Curio. So I'm drawing off the Curio because and then for the puzzle blocks, would you like to pay the 4?
Nope, you good. I don't have the 4
All
pay.
right. Okay. I'm trying to remember my triggers here because this is gonna be important when the puzzle blocks Bob.
Yeah, we're about to find out how happy or sad I am with that Puzzle Box.
Oh, you'll be
In a couple
fine.
seconds.
I was just going to quickly say, though, Jack, just on the note for lands, in our last video when we talked about lands, we actually learned a lot about different types. Like, I didn't even know half the lands on the list. So if you want to learn about some really obscure lands, guys, just anyone in general, watch our latest podcast episode. Totally not self-promo. But I'm going to pass it over. Oh, you do it.
All right. Now that the plug is over.
Sorry, I had to get that in.
Stuff going up on your own channel.
Alright, untap.
It's
Up
free
to-
advertisement. Why not?
Yeah.
As I move into my draw step, trigger Teferi's Puzzle Box. I'm going to put 4 cards on the bottom,
Cool.
and I will be drawing 4. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Now, if I
Let's see
were
what you...
just on a rules clarification for puzzle box, Steph, your actual draw for the turn happens before or after it?
Absolutely nothing can happen in the draw phase before you draw your
Okay.
first card.
Bob is
Oh,
correct.
so
Okay.
I need to draw. I need
Yeah,
to draw
Yeah, sorry, just to clarify, you draw and then you puzzle box.
Yeah.
Okay. So
The difference in order can come if there's an additional draw effect, like a Howling Mine.
Okay.
Then the owner of those permanents, if it's the same, can choose how they stack on other players' turns if they own both.
okay.
It is technically it's whoever is being
So this was the first card I would have drawn.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll
Yeah.
bottom that, and that would have been 5 cards.
Yep, so just draw an
And
extra.
then I'll draw 2 more to make up that difference.
Yeah.
So there we go. All right, thank you very much. Okay.
It's a tricky card. That's why I always ask for clarification. Just
No, that's
Yeah.
good. That's a good clarification to get. Okay,
Yeah.
what are we gonna do?
Wait until you have to deal with an 8-player table where the puzzle box and the extra draw effects aren't on the same player.
Oh gosh.
So just an easy way to remember things like that is the phases and steps of the game are generally named after the turn-based action that is associated with that step or phase. You always perform the turn-based action first before any player would get priority or triggers are put on the stack. So this also applies to things like declaring attackers, declaring blockers,
Okay,
things like that. Yeah.
that's good to know. All right, I'll tap 1. I guess I'm not too angry at Sean because I did find my first piece of ramp. Let's get that Soul Ring out on the field.
Haha. I helped.
All right, and then let's play Golgari Rot Farm as my land for turn. I'll bounce that Swamp back to my hand.
Sorry, hang on. Spell you cast? What was that?
Soul Ring. I was casting Soul Ring.
Soul Ring. And are you paying the 4?
Let me actually think about that, because this might be a rare instance where my general rule of thumb is I don't negotiate with terrorists. So
Just remember that if you are paying the 4, you cannot use Soul Ring
I
to pay
can't use the Soul Ring for it.
Technically, Soul Ring's still on the stack, correct?
Yep.
Correct. Yeah, it hasn't resolved yet.
I will pay the 4.
All right.
And then let's move to combat. Any good places to swing? Well, there's a couple people open for business. Oh, you got a 4/4 token now, don't you?
I do.
He
Ooh.
does. I have a box.
Yes, you do.
I think.
No comment.
I want to swing. I wonder. I don't think you're gonna trade your commander for this. So I'll swing a 5/5 over at Bob, and then I will toss in a 2/2 over at Sean.
You got it. During declare. No, I think we're good. We're good. I'll take the 235.
I think I'm going to take it.
And we're at high enough life totals. I figured you guys have, well, I mean, Sean doesn't have much of an option. After that, I got nothing left. I will pass that turn.
I'm just friends.
Well, no. Remember, losing this enchantment creature affects my mana.
Oh, it does. I totally forgot about that. Which land is that again?
It's the Sarah Sanctum.
All right, so untap.
When I built the deck, it wasn't worth as much as it is now.
Upkeep. I'm going to order it, so I'm going to resolve the Herald's Horn first. Hey, look! It's a Vexing Scuttler, which is an Eldrazi crab.
Yeah, it is.
And then I'm going to pay the 1 for Mr. Grimora. And Homerid's going to get its 3rd Tide counter, and it is now a 3/3. And then I'll draw for turn. This deck does a lot on its upkeep.
Yeah, it does actually.
Wow, that is not a card I want to play right now. Jeez, some of these cards are so weird. Figuring what I want to do. Well, that could be fun. So if I do that, that's what. Okay. Have to make decisions. Oh shit! Sorry. I drew for turn, right? And now I need to bottom deck everything for the.
Yep.
Puzzle box.
Yeah. Any instants I want to do right now? No. Let's just bottom everything. So that's 6 cards.
I feel like it's not a good time to play instants because you want to wait until there's a little bit more under the eye of the storm to get that value.
Yeah, but then like if you're bottoming them, then you're just losing the cards forever. But if
That
you
is
don't
true.
cast them, then you just replace it with another card that's potentially better. So
Exactly.
It's almost as if I planned for this predicament in the first place.
Look at all these decision points.
all right, well let's start by casting my own Soul Ring. Why does this deck hate green cards so much? The Homerids just seem to really hate green cards. I don't know why. It's very strange. All right, I'm gonna pay 1 blue for my purple crystal crab. When it dies, I draw a card. And then we're gonna tap the coral atoll for 2 and cast a horseshoe crab. And I guess we'll just keep casting stuff. Let's tap 3 for a Sword of Feast and Famine.
Uh-oh.
And then we're going to equip the Sword of Feast and Famine to Charix.
That's a little scary.
I mean, he's just a 2/19.
Ruh-roh.
And he happens to have protection from black and green.
Yep. So leave me alone.
No, not pro. How many creatures are coming to play?
1, 2, just 2.
Yay!
Yeah.
Please return them to their tap state.
Yep, that would be these 2. I'll remember one of these days. Man, I'd be really, really bad at Command Tower or Commander. Was it Commander's Tower, Judge's Tower, Judge's Tower? Yeah,
Judge's
I
Tower.
still want to build a Judge Tower.
I would lose in the first turn.
You get so used to it, though.
I am really good at answering rules questions in the
Well-
abstract, but actually playing Magic is a different story.
The thing is, I actually would have lost for not reminding you immediately.
Ugh. Okay. Right. So what am I doing now? Herald's Horn doesn't affect the game state. Homer's at 3/3. Charix is a 2/19. That is protection from Kyle and Bob. Are your tokens white or black-white?
They're both.
They're black-white. Okay, so I have
Yeah.
protection from you, and Sean has no blockers. So I can hit anyone right now. That's great. Who has
Nope.
the most cards in hand?
I have 4.
I have 2.
I have 4 as well.
Okay. Kyle, I'm sorry. I think I'm going to have to hit you because you have the most life. So I'm
Well,
going to hit you.
you don't have to pump him up, though, is the thing, right? You
I'm
can
not
just hit
pumping
him.
him.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's just 2 damage.
It's the discard one, though.
Yeah, so you're going to discard and I'm going to untap my lands. That's really what I want right now.
All right. Well, I can declare no blockers, so I will take 2 damage.
All right, so 2 commander damage, and I will untap.
I will discard a swamp.
All right.
Adam would be so proud about this right now.
Charix swinging around his swords.
Yeah, this is crab stabbing at its finest.
Unfortunately, my answer for something like a Sword and Feast and Famine got taken away by that Teferi's puzzle box.
I don't know what you're
All right.
talking about.
I'm just going to cast the rest of my hand out. Let's cast Orixid, which is a 2/3. It says it's a beast, but I think it's actually a crab.
Yeah, it's a crab.
Yay, I gained a life.
Orixid. Let me check the oracle for this. Yeah, it's a crab beast. That's great. And I'm also going to cast a Homerid Shaman, which is a 2/1 Homerid, and I can pay 1 blue to tap a green creature.
Yay, I gained a life.
Sorry, the Orixid, because it's a crab, I actually have 1 mana. Because it costs 1 less. Which could be relevant, because I can tap green creatures for 1 blue.
This deck is amazing. I love it.
This deck is so silly. It's a... Yeah. Alright, I passed the turn. This was worth the investment.
Draw my card to check for instant.
Of $20.
It costs so much more to craft.
This is actually the most amount of money I've spent on a commander deck in the last 6 months, to be honest.
That's amazing. Uh-oh. Bob's doing stuff.
Not including sealed product, of course.
Oh, no. Sealed products aside.
Yeah. That's sort of just an automatic investment as far as I'm concerned.
Investment. It pays for itself for me.
Mm.
I gotta stop opening good boxes, but I really shouldn't. Uh-oh. Bob's doing stuff.
I'm just doing math.
I don't know. Seal just gives me an excuse to brew.
Which is fair.
I want to play this card, but I want to play the other cards before they disappear.
Disappear. What?
Puzzle box.
The puzzle box.
Oh, box, right. I should just start, like, writing down notes for myself. Don't forget puzzle box. Don't forget Mystic Remora.
Yeah, I got my token on the top of the deck for puzzle box, so I don't miss it.
That's
Oh,
fair.
I have my die on top for the Herald Torn. I remember that just fine.
Yeah, I have to play a command tower. I need more black mana.
I approve.
Damn it. Oh, I know how to do this. I'll tap this to make a friend.
Uh-oh.
In response to the Curio's trigger, I'm going to add my white mana. Then I'll pick this up. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I will put it back. I'm going to pick nothing up off the Curio for that. So I still have 4 white mana floating.
Yay, May.
Phyrexian Arena.
Nice.
Let's go with this.
Hold up. Phyrexian Arena and Authority. So 2 cards I get to draw?
Oh, yes.
Yep.
Okay.
I'm going to pick the Authority back up. Going to replay the Authority.
I will draw another card.
Jeez.
Oh god.
That Remora, man.
I unfortunately can't do anything with the remaining floating white mana, so I will say go.
All right.
Okay, I've made a list of all the things that happen when other things happen.
I'll keep. Actually,
like I'm taking
before
notes
I go
first.
to upkeep, Bob, I'm just gonna tap 1 blue at the end of your turn to look at the top 3.
See which one you don't want.
Pretty much. Wow, they are all this. Okay, that's fine.
Why is there a Homrid in Dominaria?
Alright, now we'll untap. And we'll draw.
Why not?
I
Bottom these 3.
have nothing. It's just there's one Homrid in New Border.
2,
It's
3.
weird.
A lot of random crap has just appeared on Dominaria.
It's true.
Well, it
What
is like
happens when you... It is the nexus of the multiverse.
I mean, yeah. I mean, it was where like half of the planes took place before they started like plane hopping every set.
Yeah. Niv Mizzet Parun?
That's a Mizzet. Oh god.
Yay!
My colors is all tapped out. I only have colorless.
Good thing he has a puzzle box now.
Yeah.
Can't be countered, but I'm gonna tap the temple and go to put the boots on him.
All
He's
right.
tapped. He's
All
tapped.
right.
He is
That's
tapped.
bad.
At least we don't get hit by him this turn.
Did you have to put the boots on? Somebody get rid of the boots. I can deal with him.
Whether or not I can deal with the boots is a random game of chance thanks to the puzzle box.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm thinking here also.
Oh shit! Right, the puzzle. I can't deal with it. Son of a bitch.
I got 1 floating. I'm gonna use it to pay for the top.
Might as well.
All right. We'll go like that. Yeah, that's fine. We'll go like that. That's 2 in. That'll be on 3. Yeah, that's fine. All right. Over to you, man.
All right, let's untap.
So,
Draw
instance
for
of sorceries
turn.
will now go under Eye of the Storm, for they'll trigger draws. They'll do everything.
And then we'll put 4 on the bottom.
Nice.
All right, let's see what we get. Give me something good. Okay, not as bad as it could have been for sure.
So, just looking at the sets, I'm pretty sure there were like 5 or fewer sets that took place off of Dominaria before Mirrodin.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Some of the sets are like split across multiple planes, some of which were fractured off of Dominaria.
I am counting because that would be a case of Mercadian Masks and Nemesis.
Yeah, because you've got stuff like
Because
Furnace of Wrath is a card that depicts Wrath, which is a pocket dimension.
which is the exact same size as Dominaria because it's an overlay plane.
Yep.
All right, I'm going to tap a green. I'm going to play a Wild Growth, putting it onto my Baron Moor. Well, let's see. With Wild Growth on the stack, do I pay for Mystic? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I don't think I can. So go ahead and take your draw stuff.
Excellent.
Do we lose a life for you playing that enchantment?
With Wild Growth coming in, lose 1 life off of Grim Guardian, and then I am going to draw 1 card off of Eidolon of Blossoms.
That wasn't a creature. I didn't get my life back. How rude.
Yes. I did it. All right, and then I think we're going to do 1, 2, 3 to play a Dryad of the Elysian Grove.
Ooh, okay.
That's not a creature.
That's a creature that comes into play tapped.
It is
Yeah.
a creature. Everyone loses 1 life, and I'll draw another card since it is an enchantment creature.
No.
You will lose your life, and you will gain it back, sir.
I'll actually gain it first.
Damn it.
All right, and then what do we got left? 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I got 6.
This is the longest empty Eye of the Storm I've ever seen.
Yeah,
I
that's
know.
right.
Well, I don't run too many things that aren't enchantments in this deck.
Yeah, I mean, we got 2 enchantment decks, tribal deck, and Sean.
I'm
Yeah.
aware. I'm just saying. It just looks weird.
Well, I'm more surprised that Sean hasn't started putting things under there.
I've been trying to dig.
He needed to get that nib out.
Yeah.
Well, I did actually.
You
I
didn't have to
think
do
draw
something.
into something that might help out with those boots.
Uh-oh. But my boots.
1, 2, 3, 4. That I don't have enough mana. I didn't count that right. I can't do anything about the boots, guys.
Yay, my
No,
boots
come
are
on,
safe.
fix the boots.
Save the boots.
Yeah, I'm realizing I should not have done. Well,
Can you blow up the puzzle blocks?
No. Well, I guess here I might as well. Let's get Pharika out. 1, 2, and 3. Cast Pharika, entering tapped. She is a creature. Lose 1 life, and I'll draw a card off Eidolon.
No.
How would?
Oh God, I don't want to see all these cards go away. This is so sad.
Just think about it. If the puzzle box sticks around long enough, you'll see them again.
Yeah, that's the spirit.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what?
Cards I don't want to see go away.
I'm okay
Wait.
with that going away.
I'm okay with it too.
I just realized I did not want to play Pharika. I miscounted my mana. Can I take her back real quick? It won't change anything. I'm going to cast an enchantment instead. Or no, takes you back. It's okay if not.
I'm fine. With
have you? I mean, have you drawn a card?
I did, but it's, the card I want to play is not the card I just drew. It's just a different enchantment.
I'm willing to accept honor.
Yeah,
The-
I'm good
the
with it.
triggers, The triggers would be the same.
Yeah, I'm fine with it.
All right, I gotta pay one more, and I'm gonna put a Nylea out instead. And let's see, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I got 5, so she is a creature.
Was it 5 before she came into play? I think it is, right? 1, 2.
I also have an enchantment here and enchantment here.
Yeah,
1,
you're good.
2, yeah, I got like
Yeah,
7
it just depends. Yeah, that just affects whether or not she comes into play.
She as a creature. And then that's all I got for that. Let's move to combat here. What? Steph, are you gonna start swinging at me with that big boy again? Am I still on the chopping block here?
No, you're not the target right now. Sean is a bigger problem for me at the moment.
Why? What's so scary?
Because we're gonna start taking damage equal to your hand size every turn, which I do not appreciate.
No, it's only single points of damage.
I'll swing. Rosca, you don't got any death touch, do you?
No death touch, just a pair of 7/7s.
Alright. 1. Oh, there's 7 7s. Uh-oh. 1.
Yeah,
I cast a lot. I
3,
keep casting
4.
my one casting enchantment.
Oh, yeah. That's right.
Yeah.
In that case, I think I'll just hold back here and pass that turn.
Alrighty. So we're gonna untap this pile of crab people.
Congratulations, you figured out why I ran a Curio. One costing enchantments.
All right. Upkeep. Let's see. Where's my cheat sheet? Herald's Horn, Homrid, and Mystic Remora. Let's Herald's Horn first. That is not a crab. Homrid. Oh yeah, Homrid goes to 4 and then removes them all, so he's back to being a 2/2. Mystic Remora, I'll pay the 2 colorless.
Hey, Steph, after your turn, can I borrow you down in Canada real quick?
Sure.
I'm
Herald's Horn.
going to go see what they need. I might be able to help them.
Okay. Yeah, they forget that Bob actually is a lapse judge.
Yeah.
All right, and then I will draw for a turn, and then bottom my 5 cards, and draw a new 5 cards. Alrighty. What do we got here? Ooh, that's a card. Interesting. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's play a Nykthos Shrine. Oh my God, words. Nykthos Shrine to Nyx.
I forgot that was in there.
You made me go and yank it out of my Vorinclex deck.
Oh man. I'm sorry, but crabs.
It's all good. I can always move stuff around. It's fine.
I'm already sad at the cards I'm gonna have to freaking put on the bottom of the deck.
I'm
just
sorry.
proxy. I make
It's okay.
proxies, so it's okay.
Maybe I'll get something even better, right? That's, you gotta think on the positive side.
Yeah, exactly. You gotta believe.
Yeah. Alrighty. I am going to go to combat, and actually no, I don't want to go to combat yet. Hang on. I have to do things first. Let's tap for how much blue do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 blue mana. Okay. Biden of Thassa.
Yeah.
Mind Stone. And what else do I want to do? This is gonna be after. Let's just use one of it to crack the Mind Stone, because I can always use more cards. That's more land. Not what I want right now.
Says every mono blue player ever. I can always use more cards.
Sure.
Well, yeah, you know. Let's use the Dreamscape Artist. We're gonna discard an island, crack an island, and grab more islands.
Ruh-roh.
Because what I need right now is more islands.
I mean, you're thinning the deck.
A lot, too. It's actually not inconsequential when I'm doing that every turn.
Get
Not
2
at
cards
all.
a turn. That adds
Yeah,
up.
like I pulled 6 islands out of the deck already.
I feel like we made this deck too good.
it's okay. It's homerids and crabs. It's not
I
It's
know.
not the best thing in the world, but
No,
you
but
know what?
it's a solid
You've made
six.
you've made it quite viable, and it is a lot of fun to play.
I would be happy to say it's
Okay.
a solid 6, and
Alright.
that's playable.
All right.
Did I get any life?
No, Wait, yes.
You have not gained
Not
any
yet.
no.
I did play a Nykthos shrine and gained a bunch of mana,
Okay.
which I used to cast a Bident and draw a card and get some land. All right, now we're gonna go to combat. Yeah, I'm just gonna let that 5 mana go away. So, yeah, we're going to swing at Sean
Yeah, that
for
sounds
2, 6,
Yikes.
8, 10, 11, 12,
Ooh, okay.
14.
Ooh, yeah. Yeah. Go to
And then we're
18.
also gonna pump Charix by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
by
So 19?
What did I say before I said
You
pump?
said-
14?
yeah.
14.
So 19, yeah.
All right, I go to 13.
All right, and
How
then
much
you discard a
can-
card.
How much commander damage from chicks overall?
7.
Okay.
Um,
Yikes.
also, I draw 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 cards with the Bident.
Okay.
Discard a
Alrighty.
actually, I'll discard a chain reaction.
Chain reaction. I believe that's a sorcery.
Yeah, too bad I lose it because of Teferi's puzzle box.
Oh, you're discarding it. Oh,
I have to
yeah.
discard.
All right.
Sean, I have to ask, do you run a mind moil in there?
No, I was.
Why not?
Because I was trying to be nice on that regard.
But it
Alright.
only affects you. It just makes it fun.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna untap my lands.
It gets a little cray.
All right. How much mana do I have now? The shrine is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14.
This
This is hilarious.
crabs.
Crabs. All right, I'm gonna tap for 14. This isn't right.
Man,
dying.
I thought I was doing good with my Sanctum that tapped for 6.
I'm gonna spend 4 of it to engulf the shore.
What's that? Do?
So I'm gonna balance all creatures with toughness less than or equal to the number of islands I control, which is currently 5.
Oh, less than or equal to? Oh man, Niv gets bounced.
Hey, oh.
Wait, hold on. That's an
Yeah.
instant or sorcery.
Yeah, so I'm gonna exile it and then cast everything that's been exiled, which includes
Yeah.
engulf the shore.
This is relevant though. So engulf the shores
Ye-
underneath.
Yep, I'm
Okay.
adding it to the list.
Beautiful. All right, so Niv gets bounced.
We're gonna put
send
my
Niv to the
exiled
command
stuff
zone.
right here.
Golf the shore. I have to add that to the list. So I get Daxos back in my hand.
Alright, where's the best place?
Bob,
for
you
me
may not want to do that.
Just stick it here.
I have. Oh, yeah, you're right.
Puzzle box.
Yep.
I'll be returning Dryads, Grim Guardian, and Eidolon of Blossoms to hand.
Sounds
All right,
good.
everything but
There goes
Charix
the
is
draw.
gonna get bounced.
Aha! My spirits live.
I currently have 10 blue mana still, though. So I'm gonna cast some stuff.
Give me that sweet, sweet life.
And Nylea is no longer a creature.
All right. I'm gonna spend 3, go to 7, and cast Saprazan Chronicles Volume 7.
Yes!
I think. I'm gonna choose blue Camarids. So it's gonna make these guys.
It's SAPH, right?
Frig if I know, it's in Chinese.
Oh, okay. Well, never mind. I was gonna look it up.
Hang on. I will find the card for you. Just give me 1 second.
Sarpadian Empires.
Ah,
Oh,
thank you.
Sarpadian. Oh, there you go.
Sarpadian. Sarpad.
Yeah, Sarpadian Empires, comma, Vol, VOL, period, 7 in Roman numerals.
Yes.
VII.
This is so exciting.
I'm gonna be honest. I looked it up just by Vol 7.
This is what I get,
That's beautiful.
right? Okay. I'm just putting the camera behind it because that's what it makes. Okay, so for the rest of my turn, let's go to 6, cast a purple crystal crab, tapped. Go to 4. Cast an horseshoe crab tapped. Use the rest of it and the rogue's passage. Cast king crab tapped. What else do I have here? Okay. That gives me 3. Oh, so much stuff. Let's pay 3 and cast Thassa, God of the Sea, to go with her Bident, which I think she's definitely animated right now, so she'll come in tapped as well. And I guess let's just get that Homerid back out. And he comes in with 1. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 cards in my hand. So I'm going to discard Myriad
I'm
Lands.
gonna hit the head real quick.
Yep. And what else do I want to get rid of? Let's get rid of the Homerid Shaman. Actually, no. I want to keep the Homerid Shaman. Let's get rid of the Dreamscape Artist. I think I'm fine on land.
At this
And
point,
I'll
yeah.
pass the turn.
Yikes.
Untap.
That was a turn.
Upkeep.
Crabs.
Crabs. Seriously. One-sided board wipe, apparently, is a thing.
Nuisance. No instant. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 again. Yay.
All right, I'm actually going to do the same and hit the bathroom super quick.
Sounds good.
Bob, just let me know how many cards I'm drawing.
Okay. So that taps for 6. Which means I would have 2 white floating and I can cast Daxos.
Yay, Daxos is back. And the Daxos came back the very next turn.
Actually, do I want to do it that way? I'm not drawing. So I can actually just go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Nah, I can't activate them afterwards, so it doesn't matter. Um, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. What can I do with 7 mana?
A lot of things.
Correction, what could I do with 7? Sorry,
You could play
I
an
played
instant
my-
or sorcery.
I played a swamp.
Play an instant or sorcery.
I'm going to start with an O-ring.
Aww.
I am going to pull that eye out of this for now.
Aww.
I'm okay with the box. I care more about the eye.
But it only had
Are you
one
sure?
spell.
Are you sure?
It only had one
I'm
spell.
confident. Sphere of Duty.
Sure.
If a green source would deal damage to me, prevent 2 of that damage.
Now that's targeting.
Like, it's random chance.
Yeah, Bob
So-
claims it's random chance when he just happens to pull the sphere for clearly the biggest threat at the table.
Absolutely. I agree.
There's something fishy going on here.
All right, Bob, how many cards did I draw?
2 cards.
Eye of the Storm is gone.
And I have a Sphere of Duty, and Eye of the Storm was eaten by an O-ring.
By an O-ring. Oh, okay. So Engulf the Shore is no longer underneath the eye.
Correct. It is just
It's
gone.
just straight up exiled forever. It makes me sad.
And I will be done after that.
Also, apparently, I have a cat-shaped red mark on my neck.
Interesting.
Like it's in the shape of a cat paw, and I think it's from the cat.
Probably.
You know, that seems like some solid deductive reasoning there.
All right, 2 on the bottom. Draw them at 2. Play a Mystic Sanctuary. Enters the battlefield tapped unless you control 3 or more islands. I control 3. When it enters the battlefield untapped, you may put target instant or sorcery from your graveyard on the top of your library.
Uh-oh.
What's coming back, boys?
That's a good question.
Serum visions.
I'm gonna put Chain Reaction on the top.
Not surprised. Not surprised.
Surprise!
We're gonna pop the top, draw a card,
Pop the top so you just can't stop.
go 2 and 4. Cast that Chain Reaction.
I will draw a card unless you want to pay 4.
No, you can draw the card.
Alrighty.
So number of
How many
creatures in the...
creatures? Yeah, how many do we got?
I have 3.
Okay. So that's 4.
I have 6.
So
So
10
10?
damage.
10?
Each creature.
Yep.
Alright.
So each creature takes 10.
So my 2 crabs and my hominid die, my purple crystal crab dies, and I draw another card.
My 2 spirits die, so I will gain 18 life.
Sounds good. I don't
And
really want to...
Thassa's... No, Thassa's still a creature.
Yeah, that's a big creature. I don't really want to die per se, so I'm just going to cast a Laboratory Maniac.
What do you have? What do you have out there that gets you the life out of these creatures? Well,
Proper burial.
oh, proper burial. I missed that one. Nice.
Oh, yeah, I should probably, look up the stuff that you cast. So you cast Proper Burial, and what else on your turn?
On my turn, I cast O-Ring and Sphere of
Yeah,
Doom.
proper burial's been out there since like turn 4 or 5, I think. I just forgot
Yeah.
about it.
Proper burial is experience token number 1.
Oh, that's weird, because I never searched it, which is odd.
Oh, that is
Yeah, I totally forgot about it.
Creature you control... Oh, okay.
And,
Gotcha. Sean, I have too many cards in hand.
Oh,
Can't help you there.
On Sean's end step, Deathreap Ritual is going to trigger because the creature died, and I'll draw a card.
cool.
I have 11 cards in hand.
All right, and then I'll move to my turn.
Crap should not have this many cards.
I will untap. Let's draw for turn. Did I get an instant? Of course I did. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I got 9 cards in hand, so it's bottom 9.
Oh my god, that's so many
Better
cards.
get something good here. Well, yeah, all my creatures got bounced, unfortunately, but it's okay. I'm
See-
sure I'm going to get a monster hand. 1, 2, 3.
You're looking at my hand.
Oh, no.
Hellbent, baby. All right, here we go. What am I getting here? Please give me at least 1 land.
If you don't get 1 land in those 9 cards.
I did. I have a land.
Okay.
We're good. Okay, the thing is, I got to do this as in the most smart way I can. So, 1, 2, 3. I will cast Enchantress's Presence. I will not pay for Mystic Remora.
I will draw a card.
Okay, so I got 1, 2. This is on here. 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, I got 7.
I need to draw my Null Profusion. Then I can just skip the boxing.
All right.
Yeah, that'll do it.
1, 2, 3. I'm gonna tap 3 to play an Overgrowth on my Llanowar Wastes. I will not pay the 4 there.
Sure, let's keep drawing cards.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That puts me at 5 Green Devotion. So Nylea will come back online, and then trigger Enchantress's Presence. I'll draw a card off of that enchantment cast. I will then. How much mana I got? So I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 left. Okay, that's solid. Let's play a Forest as my land for turn. I will then tap 2 to play a Destiny Spinner. So no countering. And then trigger Presence, draw a card.
It
Tap,
will
tap.
come in tapped.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Thank you. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. How can I best make use of these 5? Because we're going to be... Ooh, I should have played that earlier. I'm going to have to discard so many of these cards. Let's go with... I got 5 left. I can only cast 2 of these things. Let's tap for the 3 here. I will play a Cetessan Champion. And then I will tap 2. And I will play a Strength of the Fallen, not paying for Mystic. Whenever it or another enchantment enters the battlefield, target creature gets +X until end of turn, and when X is the number of creatures in my graveyard, which is only 1. And this enchantment will trigger Enchantress's Presence for draw a card. It'll also trigger Cetessan Champion to give it a +1/+1 counter and draw a card. So I will draw 2 cards. And I will give Nylea the +1/+1 for the 1 creature in the graveyard. I got nothing else to cast. I'm out of mana. Let's move to combat.
Guys, I can't help but feel like I'm about to get hit.
I wonder why.
The thing though is, I actually am not like, you're not the like #1 threat to me right now. You're already at 13 life, and Steph has a million creatures that she can recast to start swinging at you. So I feel like someone else is going to help deal with you. I think what we'll do is, Bob has no creatures out. Is that right?
I was the one that said I think I'm about to get hit.
Oh, I thought it was Sean that said it. That's a
Nope.
possibility.
He said he
Yeah.
can't imagine why.
Do you have any creatures out? Steph?
I think I have 2 creatures in play that are both tapped.
They're both tapped. Okay. Because I guess I could, but I got no blockers to back up. So yeah, let's go. Let's go ahead and take that sweet 7 damage, Bob.
I can give you 5.
Ah, damn it. That's right.
He's got the Spirit of Prevent too.
Yeah. Cheater. Okay. And then I will pass my turn after that. I'm doing my part. I'm doing my part about this life total over here, boys.
All right. Kyle, just to double check, you've taken 2 commander damage from Charix this game, correct?
Oh, yes, I have. Thank you. I forgot to mark it in the actual.
Okay, because that might be really relevant right now.
Are you about to kill me?
So untap, upkeep. I'm going to check with Herald's Horn. I do
Did you
not
have to
drive.
start your turn, by the way?
What's that?
I'm asking him if he had to discard at the end of his turn.
No, I actually ended up with exactly 7 in hand.
So it's a good thing you didn't play your stuff earlier.
Yeah.
I guess, but now I didn't even think that Steph was going to try to nuke me out of orbit. I might have tried to keep something up. Oh, she has the sword, though, so I guess that wouldn't matter.
Yeah, I'm pretty clear sailing unless you've got artifact creatures. All right, so Mystic Remora to 3. I'll pay the 3. And then I'm going to draw Puzzle Box trigger on the stack. I am going to Twisted Image Charix and switch its power and toughness till end of turn and draw a card.
That's a 19 too.
Yep.
Oh, man, are you going to do me like that?
I also have, let's see. I'm also going to reality shift that Lab Maniac just in case things get out of hand.
No, that's fair. What does Reality Shift do again?
It exiles target creature and its controller manifests the top card of their library.
Oh, okay, cool.
This is a golden opportunity to get some commander damage in on Roska. He's got no blocker.
Oh, it comes into play tap though. Ross could get life.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to bottom deck 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 cards.
14.
And draw 14 cards.
The thing is every creature you've seen it to be is also black, so it isn't like I can throw up defenders against this next turn.
That's true. Steph, just to clarify about Manifest, so if this dies, the card goes to my hand or stays exiled?
No,
it's like a morph creature. If it's a creature, you can pay its casting cost to flip it face up.
Okay.
Otherwise, it's just a
that's
face
good
down
too,
creature.
forever.
Well,
Yeah.
rip my top. I was going to lose it anyways.
Okay, what have I got here? I've still got. All right. The Nykthos and 3 mana. So I'm going to. What can I do with Nykthos? This is. Oh, so much stuff.
Scared.
Let's cast a Homerid Spawning Bed.
Lay down.
So I can pay 3 and sack a blue creature to put X camera tokens into play, where X is the casting cost of the sacrificed creature. And then I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 mana off of that. So I have 9 mana at my disposal right now.
Oh my goodness.
So tap for 9, use 5 on a Vanquisher's Banner, and I'll choose Crab.
What a surprise.
And I have 4 mana left. Let's cast a Wormfang Crab tapped. Actually, no, that's a terrible idea. Terrible idea.
The crab just became a 23.
Yeah, we're not casting that. We're gonna cast the Sky Diamond instead.
That's smart.
And we'll just leave the Rogue's Passage untapped because I've got 1 blue floating still. Alrighty, let's go to combat. And I'm sorry, Kyle, but I'm gonna hit you for 20 commander damage.
All right. Well, I mean, I got nothing to do against that, I guess.
And I'm gonna untap all my lands.
Oh my God.
Thank you. You made my sphere of duty useless again.
And then for my second main phase, what have we got here? Crabs?
Crabs just lethal.
I see
What? 23 crabs. What did we build?
We're gonna cast a High Tide Hermit, and I'll draw a card. And I get 4 energy, because apparently this deck also plays with energy.
Is that hermit a creature?
Yeah, it'll come in tapped. Oh my god. Oh, you know what?
Since I've been given this gift of time, I think I'm going to go run the dogs out real quick, let them go to the bathroom.
Sounds good, man.
Alright. Tap Nykthos for 9 blue. I think it's the Nykthos that's doing all this nonsense.
Maybe.
I'm going to spend 3 of it and go to 6, and I'm going to cast Grip of Phyresis. Can I gain control of your Swiftfoot boots, please?
Sure. I guess. Here you go. I knew there was a reason we put Artifact Target in there.
I'm just going to use the Grip as the equipment for now. And I get a germ token that it's attached to. And just to make sure you guys leave my Charix alone, I'm going to move it over to Charix.
Oh god.
Wait, the germ was tapped.
Yeah,
the
it was
germ
tapped.
was tapped.
I'm just going to equip it. And then I still have 4 mana. Oh my god. Okay. What else have we got to do here? We could make a Camerid. I could play the Wormfang Crab pretty safely now.
Give me 1 sec. I gotta go talk to Adam real fast.
Alright.
Fair.
Correct.
Sorry, this is just a very quick interruption as I jumped channels on stream. Charix just lethal someone for 23 commander damage.
Yes!
Charix is winning in game right now. This is scary. I'm going back.
I like it.
I'm sorry.
That's what I need is more mana. And then we're going to we're going to use the terrain generator and the 2 floating mana of the 4, and we're going to put an island into play tapped. And
Oh
2 blue. And the Rogue's Passage, we're going to make a Camerid token. Because why not? You're gaining another life. Oh god. I also drew a card with Bident because of the Charix. So yeah, I should have an extra card
That's a
that I
thing.
forgot about. Oh my god, this deck is silly.
Great, I love this.
What did you do?
I don't know, but I love it.
Oh, it's crab people. I could not have imagined it to be this wonderful. I'm gonna go to my end step and I have to discard. So I'm gonna get rid of an island. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, we're gonna just discard a second island. Go ahead.
Oh, okay.
Come on, Bob, you got this.
Draw. Oh wait, why did I take second life? Just the one. Anything an instant? Anything have flash? Nope. Let's see what the next 4 cards look like.
Oh my god, that twisted image though.
That's why we put it in there. Surprise!
A lot of the time, I'm just like, oh, I'd have to have 4 mana because I'd have to like give him +X -X in order to switch it. Otherwise, he just dies. But if there's a sword attached to him, then it's just free.
That's why we did it. The sword makes the difference.
It's so dumb. Okay, Sword of Feast and Famine with Nykthos is just ridiculous.
I love it. It's great. I'm okay losing this game. This is fun. All right, Bob, you can do this. Wrath the God, man. The crab's
There's no
large.
Wrath in this deck. There's no wrath in this deck.
No shit. Well, I'm down to top decking.
So that's 7. That'll pay for that. And I can do that. I'll tap this to cast Daxos.
Crab people.
This is 9 experience.
It's a lot of experience.
Make a friend.
We call that a safety friend.
Pick up the authority. Play Myth Realized.
May I draw?
Yeah.
Hey, crab.
Isn't that a little shellfish?
Play Authority of the Councils.
Don't be getting snippy with me.
You're the one with the sword.
I would like to draw again.
Sure.
Hey, crab. I'm cut off. Apparently, I'm being cut off for the bad puns. I didn't start it.
Yeah, it was totally me.
Well, nothing has haste, so I'm done.
All right. I untap my 2/2 Sensei's Divine Top. I draw my card. That's going to the bottom. I draw my 1 card for the turn. Oh boy. I'm gonna tap 8, and I'm gonna play Mizzet Parun.
He comes in tapped.
He does. Gain a life bulb. I'm helping.
Are you?
I don't know anymore.
You know the best part about all of this was having a little tiny crab just sneak over and scuttle off with the boots.
It's honestly,
I think that's my favorite part of this entire interaction.
I'll pass it over to you, Steph. This crab was just like mine.
Yoink.
And see, Adam wanted to cut that card, but I said it had to stay.
Oh, it's fantastic. I love it. All right, so untap. Upkeep. Crab? That's not a crab. All right, Mr. Grimoire, you're doing so much work for me. I'm gonna keep paying for you.
Is it at 4?
It's at 4.
Oh my god.
Guys, can we appreciate the size of my graveyard still?
Is it empty?
0. Oh my
Jesus.
god.
What is this
Do I want to
game?
do? Okay, right, and then I have to draw a card for turn, and then trigger on the stack. Do I want to do anything here? Yes. Okay, so yeah, I have a flash. Flash? No, that doesn't have flash. Wrong crab. That one does, but that's not as important. Okay, so let's bottom deck 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 cards. Oh, I could have scryed with Thassa. Oh, I'm a dumb. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay.
So many cards.
Okay.
What do we got here?
How many islands do you have, just so I know what that crab can do?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Oh, I'm not nearly as threatened.
Well, I can activate it more than once.
I'm aware.
Because it's what 17, 18, 19. So it's got 20 butt. And I have 1, 2, 3, 5, 6. So if I activate it 3 times, I can make it an 18-2 or 18-3.
The important thing is, based on what I can see, you can't make it a 21 or better without killing it. Based on what I can see.
All right.
Yeah,
Well,
you have
in
good
that case,
damage.
Sword of Sinew and Steel.
Ah,
Is that pro white?
It's pro black and red.
Oh, good. Good.
Yeah.
Are
You
your
do realize I
tokens
have a Rogue's Passage in play, right?
No, I didn't. Oh, shit.
So, with that said,
Bob went for like, whew, Mario. Oh, fuck.
I also have a Thassa in play, which can do basically the same thing.
Oh yeah, that's
Oh,
there
yeah.
too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yep.
So there's that. And then there's this. So Nick,
Suddenly I don't feel as confident with my mono white creature potential.
actually, let's just tap this way. Instead.
You know, a myth realized that will become a 1/1.
All right. So this Nykthos is tapping for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Let's spend 2 of the Nykthos mana on the sword and equip Charix. Let's spend another 2, make it unblockable. And then we're going to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, so if I activate it, oh god. How big is it? 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. So it's a 422 right now, right?
Yeah.
So 6, 12, 18. Oh, I haven't played a land yet, have I?
No, I don't believe so.
Nope. All right, so play an island for the
I
turn.
feel like I'm in danger.
7,
I'm in
14,
danger.
21. All right, so I can make it a plus 21 minus 21, which would make it a 25-1.
Oh,
Yeah, that sounds about right.
And I'm going to go with my 6 floating mana and this 3 mana to activate it 3 times. Bob, kill you?
are you making it unblockable?
It is already unblockable thanks to Thassa. I paid into it already, yeah.
Okay, I have to make sure, because I do have this mono white creature that I can
Yeah.
create.
And while I'm in my combat phase, I'm also going to be attacking Sean with some number of creatures. You
Yeah.
have just the 2/2, right?
Correct.
We're gonna swing with the Hermit by removing 2 energy, and Thassa is gonna come at you as well. I'll leave the camera right up.
What's the
Don't worry, I
biggest-
had no answer next turn either.
So the Crab is a 5/5, and Thassa is also a 5/5.
I'll block Thassa.
Sure.
So I'll take 5. I go to 8.
Yep. Maybe I should have made Thassa unblock. Oh, it wouldn't have mattered. And then I will untap my land.
This just got really scary.
This deck is ridiculous.
What did we build?
I don't know. I love it. Let's cast a. Let's pay. Okay, where's my Nykthos? All right, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh no, that's not. You know what? I had to tap the Sky Diamond earlier because I was counting the Garbage Phyresis when I'm not supposed to, which is fine. So the Nykthos is tapping for 9. I'll use 4 of it. 5, cast Giant Crab, draw a card with the Vanquisher's Banner. Then we're going to pay the rest of the 5 and cast Thassa's Emissary, bestowing it onto Charix
Oh no.
to give it +3/+3. I also drew 2 cards off of Biden and Thassa.
Right, for the creatures, yeah.
Yep. All right, then we're gonna pay 3, cast Quicksilver Fountain. Yep. Another 3 for Heuristic Study.
Yeah.
And with my last 4 mana, we're just gonna leave it up and pass the turn. On your upkeep, I need you to turn one of your non-island lands into an island.
One of my non-island... So I can turn a mountain into one.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you put a flood counter on it. As long as that has a flood counter on it, it's an island.
Got it. This mountain is an island because my temple still taps for 2. All right. So I'll go to my draw step. I will draw a card. You didn't play any instants or sorceries, did you, Steph?
I did not.
Okay, right. So I'll draw 1. I'll ping you for 1.
Oh wait, no, I did. No, wait, I didn't. That was last turn.
Yeah, it
never
was
mind.
the turn before we twisted. Yeah, wasn't this? Okay.
Yeah. So you're pinging me for 1.
Yep.
Okay.
I'm gonna bottom 2 cards. I'm gonna draw 2 cards. And you can take 2.
Alrighty.
I'm gonna tap my island, my mountain that became an island. I'm gonna play a, and then I'll tap a temple, and then I'll tap another island, and I'll play Steam Augury. Reveal the top 5 cards and separate them into 2 piles. You're gonna choose one of the piles. That one goes to my hand, and the other goes to graveyard.
Alrighty. Would you like to pay 1?
Nope. And I will not pay 4 either.
Okay.
Oh, wow, that did not work out. Okay.
So that's 4 lands and a preordain.
Preordained with one
yeah.
pile, 4 lands is the other.
Yeah, that's good.
4 lands to hand?
So yeah, you get the you can have the lands.
Okay. Haven't played a land per turn, so this is actually relevant. That does not count as drawing, because it's a put.
Correct.
So that'll go there. I will play a command tower. I will tap the command tower for blue, and I will then play a ponder. I will look at the top 3 and go draw a card.
Can I draw 2 cards?
Yes, you can. All right, I will do that. I'm supposed to be also drawing because I played. What did we start off with? Steam Augury.
Steam Augury and the
Yeah, so I gotta do my
preordain.
Niv triggers too. I forgot 2 cards on that. Bugger. That was my bad. That would have messed up the Steam Augury turn.
Just draw the next available cards.
Okay. So that would be
So I'll take
2.
2 for that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Honestly, not that it mattered. That's that's game.
Got nothing?
I drew into 2 more lands.
Oh
The
jeez.
Icicon Scepter. GG.
Oh man.
Crabs?
Crabs. Crabs is might actually be decent.
Pretty good. GG.
Oh.